All right, welcome to the Bare-Knuckled Theologians. I'm Sean.
And I'm Brandon.
And we're back for another awesome week.
Episode number 3, Sean.
Can you believe that? 3 episodes?
Yes, I think we ought to have like a special show, like an anniversary special.
An anniversary already?
Like the greatest hits episode or something of our 3 episodes.
Greatest hits.
Yeah.
Like of the awesome things that we've talked about?
Oh, there's so much awesomeness, yeah.
I mean, really so far, June Byers has popped up in every episode. I don't see why we don't need to bring her up now.
That's true, and you just did. And
I did.
I think that'll probably be enough. Just leave your grandmother alone.
You want to talk about my grandma?
I talk about her all the time.
Granny Byers?
Behind your back.
Oh, jeez.
No, glad to be back, and had a good conversation last time, I think. I hope.
I think so, too. Let us know, find out, go on Facebook, talk to us. We definitely want you to let us know how you're liking everything, being the third podcast in. I mean, is there stuff that we could tweak on here? Go to our YouTube site, Bare-Knuckled Theologian, or go to our Facebook page, Bare-Knuckled Theologian.
Yeah.
Word.
Ironically, named the same. But I want to also let everybody know just some of our plans on how we're planning some of our future podcasts. We obviously are going to continue doing the topics and that sort of thing. We're planning some future interviews.
Yeah,
we're going to have some different folks come in and sit in with us and have some interviews on some interesting stuff. I hope, and
hopefully,
yeah. And then one of the things that me and Sean were talking about recently that we wanted to do is, if you go to our Facebook page, you'll see a status on there that we've just recently posted, and it's about a random topic. It says, "Give us your random topic," and what that is in the next episode, the way one of the things we want to do.
That'll be episode 4.
That'll be episode 4.
By the way,
yeah, episode 4. What we want to do is we're going to take all of the ideas that you guys give us, just any topic at all. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is. Put it on there as a topic on the Facebook page. We're going to take them, and we're randomly in the middle of the episode going to choose one of those using a random number generator. We're not even going to know which one it is beforehand, and we're going to pick a topic, and we have to talk about it.
Really, it'll be eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and whatever our finger lands on is the one.
Something
that
like
works.
that. Yeah, something close.
Yeah.
And we'll randomly pick one, and we'll have to talk about it. So what we want you to do is to give us some topics. Give as many as you want. And out of that list, next episode, at the very beginning, we're going to spend some time on a random topic.
Yep. And that'll be on the Facebook page that we're doing that on, not on YouTube.
Right, yeah. Go to the Facebook page and look under our statuses. And one of the most recent ones will say, "Give us your random topic."
Give us.
Right? Give it to us, yes.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Another thing we wanted to kind of do sometimes, we're always trying to come up with some unique ideas for different segments. And one of them was, me and Sean, we realized as we've talked that we have... I don't know, like pet peeves to some degree, or things about the Christian culture.
Yeah.
There's weird stuff that Christians do. I mean, and now picking on us because we are one of them. It's not like we're picking on other people, but we think some things are kind of funny that Christians do. And so we wanted to take some time in this episode to kind of cover a couple of weird stuff that Christians do, or just things within the Christian culture, right, Sean, that we tend to see Christians doing, which is funny and weird.
Right. And one of the things, and we're just bringing them up. We're not making fun of people who do that.
Oh, sure we are.
Don't. Okay. All right. Well, fine. I'm just going to lay this one out there. It's funny, we raise our hands during worship. If you look at that,
you're against it?
No, I'm not against it. Dang.
You're
not against
raising hands in worship?
I'm very for it. But it's funny though. You don't really see that outside of church though. I mean, think about, like, you're going to, I don't know, an Oasis concert and some guy just starts raising his hand.
An Oasis concert is where you went with this?
Well, yeah. Where else am I supposed to go?
Okay, all right, sure. They're a good band, but I don't think they've been around for quite some time.
No, they haven't.
Okay, so an Oasis concert, you don't really raise, I don't guess.
No, I mean,
you raise lighters and stuff. They do.
Yeah.
Or now cell phones.
Well, why don't we do that during church though?
Well, we'd burn the church down by accident because little Susie so-and-so would topple over and burn the pews.
That little brat needs to not have a lighter then.
Yeah.
Sorry, little Susie so-and-so.
Yeah, Susie so-and-so. Yeah, that's a pretty weird. I mean,
maybe it's not that weird, but it's kind of
maybe it's like when we raise our hands, we're trying to grab the Holy Spirit. Maybe that's what it is. Like we're literally trying to say, I'm trying to pull you down here. Maybe that's what we're trying to do with that.
I actually think it's from Talladega Nights, the movie with Will Ferrell, Ricky Bobby, and he's going through the interview and he doesn't know what to do with his hands, so he just kind of
lets
them all go. I think that's what we do with it.
So we don't know what to do with our hands. So
it feels weird just letting them down to our side. And there's some people that try clapping, and obviously clapping's not for them. They're off beat real bad.
Well, especially our white churches,
right?
There's really no rhythm. I mean, we've tried to clap a few times.
Yeah, and some
of the churches I've been in, it just didn't really.
We strongly discourage them, so they don't really know what to do with their hands. So they just kind of go up in the air.
They just kind of fly up in the air, like you're asking questions. Like, please pick on me. I have a question. I have an answer.
Or here's another reason why we do it. Maybe we just don't care. We throw our hands in the air and wait when we just don't care.
Maybe we're raising the roof. That could be another option. I mean, that's kind of maybe what our Amish brothers will be doing, right? Raising the roof.
Yeah,
that's kind of their thing.
Yeah,
raising. Yeah. So maybe it's that.
I don't know. It's just kind of funny.
There's a lot of good options there, Sean. We need to really speculate on that. Let us know on Facebook what you guys think. Why do we raise our hands in church?
No real biblical reasons.
No biblical reasons. This is all fun. This is not serious. Okay, all right, you got one. Let me give you one. It's just a pet peeve. It really is. It's just strange. I do know non-Christians do this as well. I've seen businesses do this, but I can't stand church signs, to be honest with you. You know, like when you're driving by churches, and the stuff that some of these churches put on their church signs out front is ridiculous. Let's just be honest.
What is your favorite church sign?
Oh, okay. I got that right off the bat.
All right.
It'll say on there, it'll just be CH space CH. And then it'll say, what is missing? And then down at the bottom it says, you are.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so clever. Or wait a minute, let me back up. I like this one too. The one you drive by and it says, it says something along the lines of you only have two choices.
Yeah.
For your afterlife or your eternity, smoking or non-smoking. Have you seen that one?
No, I've actually not have seen that one.
And I've never heard in anybody's testimony, by the way, that one day I was driving down the road and I saw a church sign that says that I could spend eternity in non-smoking or smoking. And decided to get saved while I was driving down the road. I don't know. I'm making fun of it. We have a church sign in our church, but
you want to know what my favorite one is?
What's yours?
All right. Fight truth decay. Brush up on your Bible.
That's awesome.
I think I did come to know the Lord because of that one.
Did you? Your
that
testimony.
One, that was part of my testimony.
There's probably somebody listening to this podcast right now that literally probably has that testimony. Is like really ticked at us now.
Well,
don't make fun of it. Jesus uses halogen bulbs and signs.
I'm sure he did. He does, but
yeah, I'm sure he can.
Yeah.
He used donkeys, so I'm sure he can use signs to speak.
Right.
That's fine. How about God answers an email? That's a good one.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen that one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's really bad. I don't think Jesus has an email account. It's probably just nonstop spam.
He's got Facebook.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen him on Facebook. There's an account. Yeah, Jesus.
Well, I saw the picture of answer the phone call. Like, would you accept his phone call or ignore?
Oh, yeah.
I ignore every single time.
Exactly. Or how about the sign? Here's another church sign. I got a ton of these. I think these just really have made me angry over time, and I just stored them up in my mind. Don't make me come down there.
That one's kind of funny,
Sign God. Oh, really?
That one's kind of funny.
That's corny, man. That's cheesy. That's not funny.
No, because, man, I think, like, God's like, don't make me come down there now.
He's already down here. What is he gonna? He ain't gonna come down.
Come down there and put a holy foot up in you.
It's like God some.
That was kind of. I've never heard that one before, but I kind of like.
You've never heard that one? Okay,
no, I've not seen that one.
Okay. And I guess it goes back to those old phrases. Some of the ones I used to see on church signs in the town I grew up in. Like turn and burn, and all these hardcore religious, fundamental whack jobs that really just would rather yell at everybody going by than actually love on anybody. So I think there's a little bit of that. And I know some churches are just trying to be funny. I mean, they're just trying to put something silly up there. But it does kind of grate on me to see a church sign that has a cheesy saying on it.
But I mean, would you do that, though?
Would I do what?
Have a corny church sign out there.
No, man, I can't stand it. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, yeah. But I like
even if I thought it was corny, I wouldn't even try. I'd be like, no, that's probably gonna sound.
But what if we did it to be funny?
Well, it's not. It's not funny at all. It's just not funny.
No, it's not, I guess. I guess it's more pathetic than it.
I don't know, but it's just me, Hey, there a lot of you guys that are listening, y'all probably all about it. But.
Yeah, maybe we're wrong on this. Maybe this has worked. Hey, enlighten us. Go to the Facebook page and say, you know what? You two jokers are wrong. I actually was saved by a church sign or whatever.
Hey,
Let us know.
I will change my viewpoint on it if somebody does call and say that. I'll be like, all right, I will repent of my outrageous hatred of church signs.
How much would you repent? Would you go out there and put a?
Well, no, I wouldn't. I wouldn't put something on our church sign, but I think I would not make fun of it anymore. How's that?
All right. So let us know. Let us know what you think. Church signs, yay or nay. So yeah.
All right.
All right.
Moving on to our serious topic, Sean, and this is your week to choose our topic to talk about.
So I read in the news a lot. Nowadays, it seems like there's one thing that stands out.
Justin Bieber.
Yeah. Okay. Actually, I did Google some Justin Bieber today.
Why?
I don't know.
Just for fun?
Yeah. Funsies. I found out he got in a fight with Orlando Bloom.
Sometimes I just don't respect you, Sean.
Sometimes I don't respect myself either, but sometimes you get bored on the internet. He's like, hey, I'm.
So in your moment of boredom, you literally, he's like, I think I'll Google Justin Bieber.
Yeah, why not?
That leads well into this topic. Go ahead, Sean.
All right. The topic of today leads well into it. Christianity versus homosexuality.
Christianity versus homosexuality?
Versus homosexuality. Okay. Well, yeah, fighting. That's a good thing to bring up. It seems like that's what it is. It's a fight.
Okay.
If you look in today's news, it seems like we do a lot of picketing. It seems like we do a lot of that we're just very, very anti-homosexuality. Mm-hmm. I'm not saying that all Christians are like this because I don't think that they're necessarily Christians. But I mean, you look at someone like Westboro Baptist. I mean, they're a little bit on the extreme side, but we've had churches do very similar stuff to that. I mean, it seems like as a Christian nation that we, or as a body, I mean, we are very, very much against homosexuality. Everybody knows that. Why do you think, out of all the things out there right now, why do you think it's homosexuality that Christians stand up so much against?
That's a good question. I mean, I agree. I think it's one of those hot button issues of the current culture in America. I mean, we cycle through different things at different times on what's the thing we talk about most. I don't think it's necessarily anything more than that, but I think at this point in time, because it's a hot button cultural issue that a lot of individuals within our American culture now are leaning towards being more open to homosexual behavior and homosexual marriage, I guess, and that sort of thing. So we do see an openness in our culture to it, and so that's coming into conflict to certain degrees with the biblical designs of marriage that God has put forth. And so those who are on the biblical side, those that are trying to adhere to that, and then even some that are midway. There's plenty of people who claim to be Christians who think homosexuality is not a sin, and so it's caused just some division. And so in that division, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be friction, and we're seeing it.
Yeah, I mean, the Bible is obviously very clear on what it says with homosexuality. I mean, it says in Genesis that a man is to leave his family and go be with his wife. That's not the side that we are very clear here with the Bare-Knuckled Theologian podcast. I mean, we're going with a biblical perspective. We're not for homosexuality. We're not endorsing it. We're not saying, hey, go out there and kiss a guy or whatever. We're not doing that. But I mean, what I really want to bring out is just the fact that, man, it seems like we got a lot of hatred. Are we okay to hate as Christians? Are we okay to hate homosexualities or homosexuals? Homosexualities. That's what they're going by now.
Yeah, are they? Okay. There's different ones.
I mean, like it just seems like, wow, we don't hate.
Well, I think you got fringe people. You mentioned Westboro Baptist, but I don't.
Yeah, no, and I'm not talking about them. That's an extreme.
Yeah, I can say I don't think they would represent mainstream Christianity by any means. But, I think that would be, like you said, an extreme that wouldn't be a good representation for what most Christians do. But are you talking about more mainline?
Okay, on Facebook, I have a lot of, I would say, normal Christian people, not your extreme Westboro Baptist.
Okay.
Type of people. I have seen several of them repost a picture that says, gosh, I'm going to forget it. Something like, I am for, straight marriage. It's basically the opposite of, I guess there's a forced gay marriage. Like there's one going, I'm for straight marriage. I don't know if you've seen it. Like I'm for a man and a woman. I apologize. I probably should have done a little bit more research on it for that picture. But like I've seen this post several times, and I just see so many different people just reposting it. And it's just, we have to make that known as Christians that, you know what, we're for this. We're against gay marriage. But I mean, is that not already said? Do people not know that Christians are against that?
No, that's a good question. I for one, I get what you're saying. I understand the viewpoint there. It does seem like we kind of tend as Christians to pick on certain sins more than others in our mind. And there's a big difference to me in hating sin and hating people. I mean, there's the idea there that if I believe homosexuality is a sin, then I certainly am against it. I certainly don't think it is biblical, just as much as I don't think gluttony is biblical. I don't think adultery is a sin. It is a sin, and
you don't think it's a sin?
No, I know I said that wrong, but. All of those things, obviously, we should be against and all that, but there comes a point where so many people in our culture are identified with those things that when we do speak out against them, it comes across as we're speaking against the people themselves, and oftentimes it comes off as unloving or uncaring towards a certain group of people. And I can get that, and I understand that perspective of it. And so I think there is a place where we should be sensitive to the fact of how our message is received. I much rather tell people what I'm for than what I'm against.
Right.
There does come places and times, though, that we need to draw lines. And I think there is a good place for saying, let's be clear. We believe the Bible says homosexuality is a sin. Go to 1 Corinthians 6:9, whatever. So, yeah, I think it's a good mix, but sometimes we kind of tend to go too far.
No, I believe you're right. And we should draw that line. But at what point do we draw that line? Do we draw the line so much to the point where I will not have anything to do with the homosexual? Or, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think it comes to the point of grace and love. It comes to the point of the person. Yes, my message.
You got to think, Jesus loved that person too. God loved that person too. These people that we call sinners, that we wave our finger at and said, you're going to hell, God did the same thing for them. When John 3:16, when Christ came and died for the whole world, he died for that one person that you're waving your finger at, that you're waving all that negativity at. He died for them as well, just like he died for us. Sure. Just like he died for the person waving the finger, And there's another video that came out too of this guy. I don't know his name or anything. The dude with the backwards hat. He did a video against an atheist. He also did one on, would you make a wedding cake for a homosexual?
Yeah.
Or wedding or whatever, homosexual wedding. Let me ask you, would you?
Would I make a cake?
Yeah, would you?
No, because I can't bake. I suck at cake.
Would you buy? I guess the whole purpose of it. Would you actually have a relationship? I mean, would you be friends with them even though they're acting in sin? I mean, would you do all of that?
Certainly, yeah. I mean, I think that we have a biblical mandate to relate to people and love people, and we're all sinners, like you said. We all have our own things that we have stumbled on and we're having issues with, and so those things can often get in the way of our relationships, but we should do everything we can to reach people, to have relationships with people. I don't shun people that are gay or that have a homosexual lifestyle. It's not that type of thing, but I also am not ambiguous about my own beliefs.
Yeah.
So I think what it comes down to is a relationship. Ultimately, if I see something in culture that I don't like, one of my tendencies as a Christian to do is to kind of huddle up with my other believers and throw hand grenades at it, or throw picket signs at it, or throw insults at it from a distance. But it's a whole different ballgame when you're walking beside somebody and you actually have a relationship with somebody who's involved in something like that. And then you have more of an atmosphere where you're able to share and to talk and do it in love and grace and all that. And I think ultimately what we're seeing in our culture today is we do see a lot of Christians who withdraw themselves from certain groups of people because of their lifestyle, or because of the sin or whatever they see in their life. They say, I'm not going to have anything to do with that. I mean, it happens in the church too. Maybe it's not as, as you see people that get divorced often, they get chastised and cast out of the fellowship, and people don't have anything to do with them anymore in Christian circles. And that's just as wrong. That's just as bad.
It is just as wrong.
And so ultimately, what we would rather see is for us to bridge the gap to the people in love, but also not giving up our core convictions and our core beliefs and theology. It's not that I need to have everybody know what I believe, but ultimately, if I'm befriending someone who is a homosexual, I can be friends with them. We can have a good relationship, but there's probably going to come a point in time in that relationship where they're also going to know that in my Christian beliefs would keep me from condoning that lifestyle and behavior.
Right.
But I still love the person, and I think that's the bridge that needs to be made, instead of just me sitting over here saying, "Oh, them queers over there," or whatever. Them, those are the ones they're all going to hell and all this, and just yelling at them from a distance. I don't think that does anybody any good.
I have a friend, I actually got to talk to her not too long ago about this, and I love what she said. There was a guy that grew up with her daughter, and they were best friends. The guy and her daughter, they're best friends growing up through, I think, like elementary school and up to high school. They're still friends now, even into their adult age. Well, she said, my friend sat down with the guy for dinner, and he came out to her and said, I'm gay. And she was telling me a story, and I go, oh, okay, well, you must have completely shut the door on him, said, I don't want to have anything to do with you anymore, or, you're done, you're out of my life, you're going to hell, and you're just going to stay there. I don't want to have anything to do with you. And she looked at me weird, and she said, well, no, it's this guy is like a son to me. I'm not going to treat him like that. I love him. I mean, he knows where I stand with homosexuality, but it doesn't change the fact that I love him, and I'm still going to be there for him. And I think that's what we need to do. That's the mentality. We need to love them just like we would our fellow Christian brothers. The Bible talks about loving. Jesus said, we're supposed to love first God, but we're also supposed to love our neighbors as ourselves. And that includes the people that we don't like or that we don't even agree with what they're doing. We're still supposed to love them through all of this. And then maybe, who knows, maybe one day they'll see the light through all of that. And I just kind of wanted to bring all of that up just to get to that point right there, though, is that we just need to love. As Christians, we really need to show more love. It doesn't mean that we don't have to have our values, but we really have to show more love.
Sure, yeah, and I would agree with that. I think there is quite a bit. I mean, Christians are a lot of times we're angry people. It's just, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that too broadly. There's quite a few of us that are angry about certain topics and certain issues.
And I've been
sometimes
that part
it's
of that
political,
too.
Sometimes it's cultural, whatever. And there's just certain things, and and obviously this is a biblical issue. Now, there's, like I said, we could hear on a debate all day long with quite a few Christians that would try to convince us that homosexuality is not explicitly forbidden in the scriptures, but I'm not going to debate that right now. I'm just going to go with what 1 Corinthians and other verses, you mentioned Genesis, all those things that talk about it. We believe it to be biblical, but I think ultimately we have these issues that some people just really can't. They get so emotionally tied to, so uptight and frustrated and angry about, that they don't know how to rein that frustration and anger in, and it boils over to the people the very people that they're called to reach. Yeah. The ones that we're trying to reach out to, that we're supposed to reach out to, we actually push them further away because we're doing it more out of well, this is what I believe and this is what's right mentality, more than, hey, Jesus loves you, he loves me, let's have a friendship here, and really caring for the person and the people first, and then showing them what it means by our modeling of our lifestyle and our words later. I think that's maybe what's missing. Maybe.
I think so.
So, yeah, good discussion. And let us know. Hey, again, we can continue to give these plugs, but go on our Facebook page and let us know. Tell us what you think. What do you believe? Do you think Christians are being too hard on homosexuals? Do you think that they're picking on them? Do you think that there's some type of thing happening where Christians are not reaching them the way we should? So let us know. Give us your thoughts. We could be wrong. Odds are we are.
Yeah, right. We're just two guys.
About most everything. Yeah.
Yeah, just two guys in a room just talking to microphones. All right. So you have a game, right?
Oh, I do?
I don't know. Yeah. Do you?
Okay. Well, we're going to play hopscotch.
I like that game. That's my game.
That's the perfect game for a podcast.
Yeah.
They can't see us at all.
Nope. But they can hear
another room and we're going to play hopscotch.
They'll be able to hear the laughter, the joy that's coming from it.
The sheer joy. Yeah. No, we're not playing. The giggling. We're not playing hopscotch at all. I don't hop. I quit hopping 10 years ago. I can't even jump anymore. It's more like a shuffle. It's more like,
Shuffle scotch?
Shuffle
it doesn't have the same ring to it.
Shuffle scotch. Yeah. All right. No, we're going to play a game called Who Would Win?
Who would win?
Yeah, that's much more dramatic, but yeah, that's kind of what I was going for.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do, Sean, is I'm going to give you two options. Our listeners, I'm going to give you two options between two different parties. There may be people, groups of people, things, objects, whatever, and you need to tell me in a fight. This is the Bare-Knuckled theologian. This is the Bare-Knuckled theologian.
This is where the gloves come off.
In a real fight, who would win? Now, these may not be real people. They may be fictional, but, we'll go with it.
All right.
Who would win a fight?
Okay.
Between these two people or things. All right. So I'm gonna come out the gate real quick here with, on one side, you have the Avengers.
The Avengers? All right.
All right. Marvel Avengers.
Yeah.
All right. Thor, Hulk, Iron Man. Okay.
Now, is this like the movie? Or,
let's go with the most recent. Yeah.
Okay, because I know there's a lot of other people like Spider-Man jump in.
No, let's just go with what was in the last. The group that was in the last.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
All right, and it was Captain America, Thor, Iron Man, Hulk. What's the dude that shoots arrows?
Nighthawk,
guy, Deadshot guy.
Funny dude.
I don't know. Renner, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
No, Gerard. I don't know. What is it?
No, it's Renner. Something Renner something. No, Renner. It doesn't matter. It's that one guy.
Somebody will correct us on Facebook. Tell us who.
Please do.
And then the woman, I don't know where she's Black Widow, White Widow.
That's
Widow. I don't know. Scarlett
Johansson.
Is that G.I. Joe? I don't know. But all right, you get it. All right, just the core four. Let's just go with those. Thor, Captain America, Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man. All right. Against Godzilla. The newest Godzilla, like the most recent Godzilla.
Dude, I'm going to have to go with the Avengers. Just flat out, the Avengers.
The Avenger. You went too fast with that.
I know, but it doesn't matter. You could have said like anybody, and it would have been the Avengers.
I mean, all right. Godzilla is he's like 1,000 feet tall. I mean, he's large, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And
here's the thing with the Hulk, though: the madder he gets, the stronger he gets.
Yeah, but he ain't picking up 1,000-foot lizard.
He might.
He might.
You don't know that?
He ain't got that kind of rage issue.
Maybe he does.
Maybe he's taking his medication that day and he's okay. He's like kind of calm, kind of.
Maybe, but you still have Thor with his hammer.
Yeah.
And you still
Big deal. He's got a 1-foot hammer that strikes lightning. Godzilla shoots lightning out of his mouth.
Yeah, but he
pees lightning if he wants to.
But I don't know. I mean, he's also an animal. I mean, he's going to be, as far as like...
A mutated animal.
But he's not going to like be able to think tactically as far as being able to fight. He's just going to do whatever.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to do whatever.
Except for beating the Avengers.
You don't think you would? Okay.
No, I'm going 100% with Avengers.
Okay. I'm going with Godzilla. I got to.
There's no way.
He's massive.
No.
He's massive.
Look.
One radiation blast, and Hulk is crying like a little in a corner.
All right. Let me put it to you like this.
Okay.
Matthew Broderick beat Godzilla.
First of all, that's not Godzilla. That's Zilla, and because he was the American 1998 version, and he sucked.
Matthew Broderick.
He's not Godzilla.
Still beat him.
No, Matthew Broderick did nothing of substance other than make Ferris Bueller's Day Off, which was good. But movie. Other than that, he did nothing to beat Godzilla. That was not Godzilla. That was Zilla. And I didn't. You're bringing up old Godzillas, which I said no. The newest.
But I'm just saying. I'm comparing The two. I'm comparing the two.
All right. Well, that's your opinion.
Yeah.
And
all
it's
right.
wrong. It's okay.
Guys, go to Facebook.
You can be wrong.
Settle the debate.
I got another one.
Obviously, Avengers are going to win that one. So, what's your other one?
I got a couple more. Let's see. We got a couple minutes.
Go ahead.
All right, here's one. All right, this is a cage match. This is like a UFC put them in a cage kind of thing. A real fight.
Okay.
Between Joel Osteen on one side and Joyce Meyer.
Oh my God.
On the other. So we got Joyce Meyer. You know Joyce Meyer.
I know Joyce Meyer.
And you know Joel.
Yeah, know Joel.
And they're in a legit cage, and they've got to fight. Which TV preacher's coming out on top?
Oh, do they get weapons?
No weapons.
So no Bibles.
Except Joel's smile. His teeth. He brings his teeth.
Well, Joyce got that forehead.
It's kind of cold. But yeah, all right.
She's got a big forehead.
She's got a big 5 head.
Yeah.
Right.
I think she could do some massive headbutting with that thing. Oh, wow. See, I don't know that. I don't think Joel Osteen could take the punch.
You don't think he could take the punch? He just smiled and the teeth would have deflected.
I understand. But he's so positive. I don't think he could hit.
You don't think he could bring himself to actually
hit a person?
Smack Joyce?
No. But what was the major? I can't remember her major book. What was her major book that she came out with?
Oh, I don't know.
It was like overcoming. So I think I'm picking.
I think it was Cage Fighting 101.
I think it was. You know what?
That.
I'm going with Joyce Myers.
You're going to go with Joyce.
Yeah.
Even though
I'm going to go with Joyce.
I'm not saying men. But
now I think I do. I can tell you this though. I think it would be a long battle because Joel Osteen, he's got those positive quotes. He'll just keep. For
30 minutes, they'll just.
He'll keep talking himself back up, but I think at the end of the match, I think it'll be Joe.
Name it and claim it.
Myers. That's right.
Yo, butt is mine, Joe. I claim it.
Yeah. I think that was something like that with her book or something.
Name it, claim it. Yeah. Okay. So you're going with Joe. I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to say Joyce Myers winning this one. I just think Joel's too nice. And I've seen Joyce get a little feisty on TV. At least she's got a little bit of anger in her, so I think she would overcome that niceness and that smile to tear him a new one.
That's so funny. That is that's a very Battlefield of the Mind. That's her big book.
So she's writing stuff like Battlefield.
She's got this fight.
She's got some warfare in her.
Battlefield of Joel Osteen.
Yeah, and his stuff is like your best life now.
And she's
like ending his life. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, so Joyce Meyer chokes out Joel Osteen round 1.
Yep.
Somewhere around 8 minutes in.
Yep.
So we're good with that one. All right, let us know what you guys think. That's where we end our podcast for this week. Stupid, silly battles. I didn't even get to Terminator and Batman.
That'll be next week.
Okay, we'll save it for Terminator and Batman next week, because I thought that would be really good. I'm talking about Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator from like the first one.
No, against Batman.
Well, it's got to be Christian Bale, not Adam West. Or
not Keaton?
Val Kilmer or Michael Keaton.
No, those two don't even come up. Adam West and George Clooney and Val Kilmer don't even come in the conversation.
Okay, no, all right. Christian
it's
Bale.
Either going to be, Christian
the most recent
Bale or
Dark
Keaton.
Knight stuff. Yeah. Go with Christian Bale against Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator back in the day. Everybody think about it. Let us know on Facebook. Come back next week. We'll talk about it and some other cool stuff. Don't forget to give us your random topic. That will be coming up in the next episode as well. Guys, we appreciate you listening as always. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care.